app is that essentially you can use your debit card to pay someone on Lightning. That's the big aha. So, Tone, you're at the conference. You're running Unconfiscatable. You're selling shirts. Someone wants to pay you. You only want to take Bitcoin. You want all of the revenue to be in Bitcoin because you sold your tickets for Bitcoin, something like that. Um, they can pay you using their debit card using Strike, and you get paid straight in Lightning. That's the big that to me is the big use case. Not necessarily as somebody that's paying. We're both Bitcoiners. We have plenty of Bitcoin. We have Lightning apps and all that already. That's not the hard part. It's for other people that don't know anything about Bitcoin. They can go on this and pay us in Lightning. That to me is interesting, and that's why I think this is a major innovation, because you now no longer have to think about, oh, okay, well, do you have Lightning, and can you find the root and all this other stuff. Like you're selling lattes to somebody. If they have this app, they can use their debit card. That's the key.
Okay, so it connects to your banking system, and then the app itself converts the fiat into Bitcoin and pays it to you as Lightning.
Yes, that's right.
So can the app hold Bitcoin and Lightning payments? Oh, obviously can, because I'm getting them in the app. So I can choose, do I want to pay with my debit card, or do I want to pay with Lightning in the app?
Yeah. And the idea is, if you're a merchant that doesn't want to bother with a bank account and stuff like that, which, for example, his parents, I think, are in Colorado, and they run a marijuana dispensary. They can't get a bank account. So they want to keep their money in Bitcoin. And otherwise, they have to keep it in like cash or something, which is very dangerous. So he made this for them so that, they have customers that walk in and they're like, okay, well, you could get a 10% discount if you pay through the Strike app. And they're like, how do I do that? And they show them the app, they register, they download the app, enter their debit card number, and bam, they can pay for their marijuana using the Strike app.
And the merchant receives the Bitcoin.
Yeah, and they're like, the customer has no idea that they use Bitcoin. They don't have to know at all, and that's the key.
Okay, so this is like the opposite of the Bitcoin debit cards that we use, where we spend the Bitcoin and the merchant has no idea I'm spending Bitcoin. This is the opposite of that. The merchant wants Bitcoin, and the customer doesn't know Bitcoin exists. The customer is paying, but the customer does need to have this app. So this app really needs to be advertised not to the Bitcoin community, but more like competing with Square and some of the other payment apps like Apple Pay or whatever.
Yeah, I suspect it'll first be really popular among like marijuana dispensaries in Colorado, for example, because they have a huge problem just like trying to handle all the cash. Like you pretty much have to stuff it under your mattress or something because they can't get banking services. So I mean that's a pretty large use case if they're keeping it in Bitcoin, and I think it's